Thank you. I was kind of looking at Rod and Jerry to come up, say a few words. Okay, nistana ko ka Taatsi'kii'poiyii. Kisik ko kanex matsim pa anokis kanatani. O kimoksi kita pig sa kika. Ikutaksi teka kitauksi po annistapa pia kika. Kinokasta ka tupinana kika kitautu me piuks pinana kika. O kimoksi apo takiksa kika. Anikse dia nokataista pasta katanana kika. Anikse tawaista matsukinana kika. Ania puutaksina kika noktaspumstahpinna. So let me just quickly acknowledge our elders around the table for their guidance, not just in ceremony and not just in prayer, but also their traditional knowledge and that knowledge that they transfer. You know, we refer to them as knowledge keepers, and they transfer that same knowledge. You know, on behalf of the board of directors, we're very happy to have gatherings like this. I think it's so important to have the voices of our people, you know, that engage in these type of activities. You know, I was in Medicine Hat last week. I did a presentation there with regards to the programs that we have in our community. And I was in Calgary, I think it was earlier in February, to a large gathering. And next week I'm in Edmonton for another presentation for a gathering of about 800 to 1,000 people, you know. But, you know, I often wonder about who we are, what we're about, and what we do. You know, I'm very confident, and I'm very proud of our programs, you know. I can stand up here and let you know that we operate the first-class programs and services, not just in health, but in all areas of what we do. We've progressed a long ways with regards to our education and our capacity to serve our community, especially at the Blood Tribe Department of Health. We're at the point that the provincial government and the federal government is now turning around and asking us to help them operate their programs off the reserve. And just recently, this specific program, won the Premier's Award for Innovation in Mental Health and Addiction Care. It's a national award that's going to be presented, I believe, in the next few weeks. But these are just achievements, and these are just rewards over many years. We also received innovation and appreciation, recognizing bringing the spirit home as well too. We also achieved working with Red Cross. This community has introduced many first-time programs with Indigenous partnership. And of course, you know, it stands to be recognized that it's through the work, not only from our elders' perspective, who provide the guidance, who provide the direction for us, you know. And that's why we're so proud, you know, that we take things not for granted with regards to our culture, with regards to our language, and with regards to how we utilize and how we are guided by our elders. Because the foundation of everything that we do is based on kainas. And that speaks to what we heard a little bit about this morning. That speaks to some of the programs that we've designed and that we've served. The Blood Tribe Department of Health has been in existence for many, many years. And in those many, many years, we've advanced our programs. We've advanced the capacity and the education of our young people, where we have over 95% at the Blood Tribe Department of Health are employed by our own people. So let's clap on that. Even in education, 95% plus of our people are employed by our own people. And further to that, we've got 5 or 6 doctors and many more coming in. Just Gloria Chiefmoon's daughter is coming in to serve our communities in the not too distant future. I've always said we may be on the verge of getting too many lawyers. We may still need them, So again, we're growing. But I don't want to sugarcoat everything too as well. I want to let you know that the flip side to this whole thing is that we are still suffering from addiction, from substance abuse. And our kids, our children, our families are still dying of the opioid crisis. In 2015, when I was chief of the Blood Tribe, I declared a state of emergency to combat this emergent crisis that we have. We're not out of the water yet, but we are looking towards our elders. We are taking a look at our technician. Let me put it this way. The Blood Tribe Department of Health is just one component to challenge this emergency, this crisis that we have. It's going to take all of our community to bring down those statistics that continue to be in our face. Not only of our young people, not only of our people dying, but also being harmed with our families, with our young people, and our communities. So with the guidance and the commitment of each and every one of you, parents have a huge responsibility to help us, our elders and everybody. And so as we move forward into the next generation, we hope that some of the work that we have accomplished will begin to see our young people rise. We're going to see our young people take our culture and our language and the way that we relate to each other as part of their own, that we begin to see our young people flourish in education, in their careers, and bring it back to the community. We've come full circle with regards to that. I used to be the administrator and director at the Blood Indian Hospital. The Blood Indian Hospital was operated in 1928 by the Grey Nuns. In 1954, the government of Canada took over. In 1967, Carson Hospital was developed. But before that, the Blood Indian Hospital was the hospital in our community for a long time. And so when we take a look at inequity, those type of things, discrimination and prejudice, we've come to that point where we've been able to consistently say that we are going to move forward from our own destiny. We're going to create our own destiny. And that destiny takes us away from a lot of those things that we've been fighting against. The oppression, the prejudice, the racism, and those type of things. We have come to that point where we fully realize that in order for us to bring our communities to the way that we should be, it's time to turn around and take a look at the teachings of our elders and pass those on to our young people. So the Blood Indian Hospital operated for a long time. And as I had mentioned before, we've come to that stage where especially the provincial government, is turning back to us and say, listen, we have not been able to provide good programs and services where your young Indigenous children can flourish and have an education, be healthy, have meaningful jobs and careers. We are asking for your help now. And that includes having hospitals that we can operate on our own, having continuing care programs that we can operate on our own, having these kind of programs to educate with each other. Because these kind of programs and the communications that we pick from there, our words, our concepts are built into them. It's not from Napi teaching us. Because definitely our teachings, like what we saw up there, culture is our immune system. So on behalf of the board, we've spent ample time considering how to best move forward. And the board is just there to provide guidance. I want to acknowledge the frontline staff who have dedicated not only their will and their education, but their passion to make our community a better place. I want to acknowledge, of course, again, our professional people, our doctors, our EMS, our frontline staff in mental health, continuing care, community care. I think, it's a tough enough job that we do day in and day out, but the results that we have seen are beginning to come to the top. So, kitsiksko kanaksimachim pandakskanatani kika, ika kimaka, kamoksoga kitumpakitapi minoneksa, akutinaksii'poiyii amochno'ksii'poiyii kika. So poya pistiwa katsisa kika, ukimoksa po takiksa kika, sikaiksimatsi pinnana kika, kinoqtaspum istaqpua. Ane kinoqanistqua isitsipsatqua ndaqskanatni. Han, kiatawatsinorpua.